Hey, Kate Payne here from Standing Out Online. And I was just getting off of a podcast where I was a guest about 10 minutes ago. And I thought, something, this is something that more people can be doing. So if you're a speaker, author, coach, an independent professional, an entrepreneur, and you want to get some of your more of your authority out there online, becoming asking to be on somebody's podcast, to be a guest on their interview style show is a great way to leverage your network. So a lot of people will think about, writing a blog and putting out their own content. Sometimes people are writing guest blogs for certain people, which is also really effective. But think about podcasts. So some podcasts are actually just audio, and some podcasts are both audio and video. Or sometimes people will do the audio part for the podcast, but they may actually put their interview from a webcast, which they do on Zoom video conference or something like that, and they'll host it on their YouTube channel or on their Vimeo channel, or they might put it on their website as a webcast. So there's a couple ways to do it. So to do it, basically just start to do some simple research, and you've got plenty of tools online where you can do that. First, leverage your network. Ask if you know anybody who's been a guest on a podcast, and ask them how they got it, and check in with them. Find authors of books you read on Amazon and see if they also host a podcast or some kind of a show. Frequently they do. Sometimes they do have somebody that vets guests for them, which is great. This is not something where you're expecting it to get paid. So let me just say that. This is a way for you to show your thought leadership, your authority, and your expertise on a certain field. The other way you can find out about podcasts is simply by searching, iTunes or Spotify or one of the hundreds of channels out there that host podcasts. And when you do reach out to them with a pitch and say, hey, listen, I know you've done shows and episodes on ABC, and make sure you actually have listened to their podcast so you know what they're about, because they all have a theme of some kind or a focus or a target audience in mind. So do your research, just like you would if you were going to submit an article for something, and find out what they're looking for, and then see if you can come up with a pitch that might appeal to them. So that's the way to get started. And using LinkedIn is a great way also to find out about podcasts and to make pitches and things like that. But you remember to come from a place of giving and sharing, not of selling. Okay, that's really important. You are trying to help the person on the podcast be successful with what they do, but you're also trying to build some social credential and some industry thought leadership for yourself, because you can put the podcast on your own website or on your LinkedIn or on your Facebook and Instagram and things like that. So, this is another great way to put out content that you can participate in and have some fun with too. If you have any questions, feel free to message me here on LinkedIn, and I look forward to talking to you again.